Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Chrissy. I'm Joel, flying solo today, and today is episode 5 of my quest to qualify for the Boston Marathon. Now, if you've been following this series so far, I've already done 4 update videos, and today is going to be the last video before the actual marathon that happens 2.5 weeks from today on January the 30th. So, excited about that. Got 2 purposes today. One, it's kind of update you on strategy, things that are going on that I'll be utilizing during the marathon. And then the second purpose is I want to recap. I did a Disney race, the Disney Half, and ran it with a friend of mine. And we're going to show you some video from that and just kind of tell you how that went. So I had planned to run a Disney race for a couple years now, and I just never really got the chance to register or get down here to run. But now that we actually live here, it's easier to get over there and do those things. So I did register for the Disney Half this year. It will be my first Disney sponsored race, and then next year I'm going to try to register for the Dopey to do the 5K, the 10K, the half, and the full all on consecutive days next January. So that's my goal, one of my goals for next year. But this year, I did run the Disney Half. I did it with a friend of mine. He and his son came down, and you're going to see him some in the videos as well. It was good to be able to run with him. We've been friends for a long time, and it was good to get to run with him. And I did drop my pace a little bit because I wanted to run with him in his corral and pace him and help to see if we could reach his time goal, which was 2 hours and 10 minutes. And so you'll see some of that coming up. But let's go to the video of the Disney Half Marathon.
Well, good morning, Mickey and Goofy. All right, guys, look at you, look fabulous. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, we just passed mile 1, 12.1 to go. All right, we just passed the 3.1 timing map. We got less than 10 to go, bro. How you feeling?
Quarter of the way there, almost.
Almost. We'll check back.
There's a smile in your heart.
Woo! Thank you guys. Woo! 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 All right, Chris, you're almost 9 miles.
Yeah.
Almost there, buddy.
Almost.
All right, dude. Less than a mile. Here we go.
For those of you
Dude!
look at the finish here, look at the energy. Love it. Congratulations, guys.
All right, dude. 206, man. Unofficial time.
Yeah,
How's it feel?
it's pretty good.
Good? All
I
right.
don't feel like crap.
Not too bad.
I feel alright. I feel good for finishing.
There you go. You did
That's
great.
what you are anyway.
That's right. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, dude. All right, so there you have it. Just to kind of recap, Chris's goal was to do 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we finished in 2 hours and 6 minutes. And I will say that it was, I thought the race was very well put on. Like I said, it was my very first Disney race, and so the walk from the staging area to the actual corrals for the half and the full marathon was probably about 3/4 of a mile to a mile. So it's a pretty good hike out there to the street, to the road where the start line was. So just keep that in mind. We were probably, I don't know, about 20 minutes before the race started getting into the corral, just from the long walk. And we had some issues, not issues, but we ran into traffic getting into our parking space, and so it took us a little bit extra time to get there, so that kind of put us behind time, but it's all right. It's all good. We were in there in plenty of time for the start, and just excited. Thanks to Chris for letting me run with him, and excited that he got to beat his time goal, and he says he wants to beat 2 hours, so that's we'll see. We'll keep that training going, brother, and we'll get you there. All right. So now I want to kind of pivot and talk about the marathon that's coming up that I've been training for since September. And I will say that my training the last couple of weeks has kind of been hit or miss. My last 20-mile run was supposed to have been the day after the Disney half. I was prepared for that, but I did have a work retreat I had to go to, and it happened Saturday, Sunday, and part of Monday, and so I didn't get to do my last full 20-mile run. It's okay. I've done a couple 20-milers already this training cycle, so I feel pretty good about that. And we are in tapering mode now, to where my mileage starts to come down leading up to the marathon, and so I don't want to mess with that and do another 20-mile run during the taper. So I feel pretty good about the mileage. My legs and everything has been kind of iffy as far as that goes, but had a little more stiffness and pain in those coming off the longer runs. So if there's anything I'd be concerned about, it would be that. But I'm not really concerned. I think it's going to be okay. And my training runs have been pretty good, the ones that I've done. I did a pace run yesterday and felt pretty good about it. It was only 3 miles, but still, it was a good pace run. But so let's talk strategy. I'm going to normally when I do a marathon, I run by myself. I don't really run with pacers. I pace myself, but and I listen to music the whole time. This time I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit. As you know, I'm going to do the 10-10-10 method. I'm going to do my first 10 miles a little bit faster than marathon pace. The second 10 miles a little bit slower than marathon pace. And then the last 10K, I'm going to do right at marathon pace to get me to where I need to be. And so to get to 3 hours and 27 minutes, which is my goal, I'll need to run somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 minutes and 54 seconds per mile. That's what I need to average for the entire marathon. I've never done that before. I have come in around 8:02, 8:03. I think my the first marathon I ran in Houston, I came in at 3 hours and 33 minutes. So it's doable. I am 3 years older now than I was then, but no, I'm scratch that. I am 5 years older than I was then. But anyway, when was 1992? I don't remember. But I am older now, so we'll see how that goes. So my strategy for this time, like I said, is the 10-10-10. However, I'm not going to listen to music until I get to the last 10K. The first 10 miles I'm going to run with the pacer. There's a pacer that's going to be running a 3 hour and 25 minute marathon, which is about a 7:49 pace, which is kind of where I want to be for the first 10 miles. So I'm going to run with him for the first 10 miles. The second 10 miles, I will back off a little bit and kind of average out that pace a little bit to get it to back to 7:54. And then so when I get to the last 10K, I'm not trying to catch up mileage by running slower at the beginning, but I am trying to keep pace. And I have a playlist on my Spotify that I'm going to use that should keep me on pace for those last 6.2 miles. So that's my strategy for this time, and we'll see how it works out. And like I said, we'll do a follow-up video after the marathon just to kind of let you know how things went. We're going to talk about shoes. Now, I do have 2 sets of shoes that I'm training in right now. These are the older of the 2. The Neon is the older of the 2. I'm still debating on which ones I want to use because I started using these in my long runs when I first bought them. And I feel like they're still pretty good. But these I've kind of felt like are really good, even though and so since I was kind of alternate them, they both have about the same amount of mileage on them. They're at about 250, 300 miles a piece on both of these. So either one of these I can use. I still got some good mileage in those, but I can use either one. So I'm going to use those, kind of alternate those for the next couple of weeks, just kind of see how I feel in those, and then decide probably race week which ones I'm going to use. So we'll see. As far as fueling goes, I don't normally do a lot of Gatorade or anything. I just do the water on the course. I don't take water with me to hold or to keep on me. I don't use a Camelback or anything like that. I just use the water on the course to keep hydrated, and also I use to restore my my energy and my carbs and my calories. I use these. These are from Crank Sports. They're called E-Gels, and I use the Electrolyte Energy Gel Cherry Bomb flavor, which are pretty good. They're easy to open, and they just kind of slide right down your throat. I usually take these at mile 8, mile 13, mile 18, and then probably 22. So I'll do 4 of these. 8, 13, 18, 22. Yeah, I'll do 4 of these. And then this will, because I'll start with, the amount of calories I need in my body, but I'm going to burn about 100 calories per mile. So I will need to replenish those as we go along so I don't hit the wall at mile 20. That's why people hit the wall, is that they don't replenish the calories in their body throughout the race. And so we have to do that early on. If you're in a long race and you're waiting till late in the race to start doing any of these, if you plan to, then you're not setting yourself up for success. And so you want to start using these before you need them. And I'll start with those probably around mile 8. I will take this little fanny pack with me that I got in Houston, one of the Houston races, one of the Houston marathons. I'll take that. That'll be on me. That's why I'll carry my E-Gels in. And that's probably the only thing I'll carry. I won't carry a phone because I use my watch. But I want to be as light as possible when I get to the when I start the race. So I just wear a little red singlet that I have had for years. Old pair of running shorts that I've had for years. I'm debating on what socks I want to use. I did buy some Skechers socks back when I bought these black shoes. I'm not totally pleased with those for long distances, but I do have some Laterras that I have been using over the years, and I really like those. So I'll keep trying the socks out, but I'll let you know in the update video. After the marathon, which ones I actually used, and just kind of tell you how that went. So that's kind of where we are right now. I'm really excited about it coming up. It still seems like it's far away, but it's really only 2.5 weeks. I'm going down this weekend to the course again to run the first 12 miles, first 12, 13 miles again, just kind of familiarize myself with it again on all the turns and everything that go along with that. So I know it'll be marked off pretty good, but I want to kind of be familiar with it before I actually get down there. So, so yeah, that's kind of where we are, and excited about it coming up. And don't forget, I will do an update video probably a couple weeks after the marathon. That'll be posted, and so I'll let you know how I did. Hopefully I'll be able to report that I will be able to submit a qualifying time, which has to be at least under 3 hours and 35 minutes. I can submit a time under 3 hours and 35 minutes, but that doesn't guarantee me a spot. So I need to be somewhere around 5 to 8 minutes faster than my qualifying time, because they take the faster runners first. The faster runners in your age group get to register first for Boston. So hopefully I'll be coming back with some good news, but we'll see. I'm pretty happy with how my training's gone, except for the last couple of weeks, but it's kind of understandable. I'm getting towards the end of the training block, and I've trained pretty hard up until this point, so I think I'm ready for it, and we'll be back about 3 or 4 weeks with an update. So there we go. And I think that's going to do it today. I don't have anything else as far as updates go, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for updates when we upload new videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on the weekend, sometimes in between. You just kind of never know when we're going to drop one in there. Comment below, let us know if you're training for anything, if you use any, anything like that, or shoes you're wearing, exercise gear you're using. I'd like to hear that. Any tips you might have, I'd love to hear those as well. So I think that's going to do it today for the Long Run with Joel and Chrissy. I'm Joel, flying solo today, and don't forget, it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace.